Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Kill la Kill episode 12 review. That is 1-2. So, of course, before I get started, the episode/series link will be in the description box down below on Crunchyroll.com. Now, that being said, this episode, for some odd reason, I have mixed feelings about it, and it's hard to explain. It really is, because I like it, but at the same time, I don't. I don't really know why that is. Like, I felt that the episode, me personally, I felt that the episode could have been a lot better, but at the same time, I like the way it was. So let me go piece by piece here. First of all, Nui Harime. Her involvement in the entire thing ceases to exist after Kirin steps in there. Now, I did like that because Kirin, she is, I guess, the rival of Ryūko Matoi. But at the same time, I kind of didn't, because Nui Harime is significant outside of the realm of Honnyoji Academy and actually has more ties to Ryuko's mother. And even though Satsuki knows exactly why all this happened, she knows what a life fire is exactly. She knows the exact reason why. I mean, even though she says that, because at the end of the credits, she tells Ryuko that I was the one who sent Nui Harime to take the rendering scissor, which is the scissor, the full scissor that her father Ishin developed. Even though she says that, right after that she says, I know the real reason why your father died. So, the thing here is that Nui Harime, I did like the fact that she was relevant in the episode, obviously. And I do like the fact that Kirin stepped in there, but at the same time I don't. It's kind of weird. And the whole flashback part, that I actually really liked, because it caught me off guard, how it actually happened. So it was her. So she wasn't lying. I assumed that she was lying just to egg on Ryuko. No, she was not lying. And what happened was kind of cool, because apparently Ryuko's father was no bitch. This dude, when she starts, she has some measuring ruler, and then she starts to use it as a whip. And when he starts to dodge it, I was like, what? I'm like, yo, pause! This dude is swiftly dodging strikes, catches it, and actually does a drop kick, and he kicks her in the gut. Nui Harime. And apparently his lab coat is made out of life fibers. Like a a memorizing something life coat, where it could heal wounds. And she gets the upper hand. And then he winds up taking out the rendering scissor. And that was the main goal, according to what Kirin Satsuki said at the end, because she said that she sent Nui Harime over to get the rendering scissor. And the thing here is that because he can't use it too well, because it takes a lot of energy from him. But once Ryuko comes in there, she's like, Tosan, father. Nui Harime gets distracted. Then she was fucked up too, because when she grabbed Scissor Blade, she has no mercy. She's just like, and she's just calmly talking about stuff while she is slowly impaling this 60-year-old man. I'm like, I'm telling you, the face of evil has never been cuter. And once she turns around because she hears Ryuko, Mr. Ishin pulls yeah, man, he pulls a mock Ichigo, yeah, and he just cuts. And her eye, hold on, someone's calling me right now. I'll get later. But her eye gets cut. And she loses her left eye because Mr. Matoi over here was just beastly. So he dies. In the process, he's able to keep the secret of the Kamui, and he winds up taking the left eye. of the Grand Couturier, which we can assume is a person who was like high up echelon in Revox. So that was really cool, and we now see how it actually played out. Like, that was good. That was very good. But I'm still on the fence about how, you know, she was irrelevant after Kirin stepped in there, and now she is banned from Honyoji Academy, which actually can be seen as a good thing, because that means that if Nui Harume is banned from Honyoji Academy, well then of course she says, you know, like she doesn't really care what Satsuki says, but Satsuki's gonna ban her, and if she comes, they're gonna fight. But that would also mean that there's gonna be more involvement with her outside the academy, which is something I want to see, because that would involve her mother and Revox more. At least that's what I'm assuming. Now, when it comes to Tsumugu, him coming in there, I also am on the fence with, because I thought that he was gonna be like really fucking devastating, you know, but he wasn't. He couldn't even compare to even Ryūko, because she gets pissed. And then the life fibers in her body, or the Kamui life fibers, Senketsu's life fibers, they start to, like, normally they're in a nice orderly manner. No. They start to completely go awry. And apparently we find out that Senketsu, he's a Kamui, he has more than one Banshi. So even though the Banshi gets removed, they're like a Banshi gets removed, he still has like more Banshi in the, you know, in the life fibers, Senketsu, in the Kamui. But the thing here is that Tsumugu, I thought that was going to be like a lot more devastating, because what he did to Ryūko the first time, it was a one-sided massacre. This dude beat the shit out of her. He beat the shit out of her. And I understand that what the professor was saying about how she doesn't even compare to when he first fought against her, but he didn't really do anything, because his purpose there was to stall Ryūko so the professor could fire the bullet at her, so he could possibly kill her, but he would stop the, he would cut off the mergence, I guess, the bond, the cohesion between Ryūko and Senketsu, but he didn't fire the bullet. So, at the end of the day, Tsumugu was pretty much irrelevant, because he didn't really do anything. And all we saw was him getting schooled, well, kind of schooled, by Nui Harume. Because listen, he slid in, and she had the scissor blade in his crotch area. He was about to lose his most precious possession, bro. So you could say that he got schooled. Now, he did some of the traps and all that kind of stuff. That was cool too, but still. He was in a very bad spot. Hatchet said, fuck it. He would have lost his manhood. And as a person who is of nudist beach, when you parade yourself in your naked glory, you don't want to lose your most precious possession. No! No, he got schooled. He got schooled. He got schooled. Now, we move on. Kiryuin Satsuki. Of course. I mean, when she transformed, it was wonderful. Obviously, I'm a huge fan. But when she started to power up, I couldn't help but be like, wow, good Lord, Lord have mercy, sweet mother of Zeus. That is beautiful. When she started to power up and like she was glowing blue, and it's like the whole spinal column. Yo, the spinal column thing is sexy as fuck. I cannot deny that. It is sexy as fuck. Alright? Yo, Sakura Matsuri or in Comic-Con, if someone cosplay, and obviously I'm talking about like an attractive woman here, right? Cosplay as that, please. Because that spinal column is unbelievably sexy. Ryūko looks, you know, appealing, obviously. But Satsuki is just, I'm like, whoa. I mean, it's just like, whoa, dude. It's like, whoa, dude. Well, dude. Whoa, man. And you know what it is? Yeah, I know I'm detouring here. I think, no, with Ryūko, the emphasis is more on the breasts. Where in Satsuki, it appears to be more on the lower body. And honestly, I prefer that. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. That's the way I am. I can't help it. And then if you're wondering, there is a deeper meaning behind the nudity. Someone sent me like a link a while ago about the deeper meaning of the nudity that is within the story. I may do a small topic video about that later on during the weekend or the week next week, because it is interesting about the whole nude concept and the ecchi, and how the ecchi actually has like a deeper meaning in the story. So I'll talk about that later, but for right now, I just like what I see. I'm a man, it is what it is. Got a problem with that? Fuck you, I don't care. Now, the animation at this point in time was superb. When it came to Satsuki and Ryūko, they actually did a lot of stuff there, and it was freaking nasty what they were doing. The actual like cuts in the air, and then Ryūko actually pushing her to the side, and then the wall where Satsuki steps on is actually running all across the wall, and then she just charges at her. They're powering up and shit. They're rushing at each other. Even before then, when they started walking towards each other, and it was like black, and like there's like a silver line going across each of them, and like they started like the stars start to twinkle and shit. Like that was beautiful. That was very, very, very beautiful when it came to animation overall. So the animation in that fight, I thought was just beautiful. In that particular fight. And as everything's said and done, so that's the next part. So let me get to the next part. Matoi. I'm sorry, Mako. Mankan Shoku. This I'm really on the fence with. Because it's funny. At the same time, it felt really out of place, you know? Like, well, maybe you don't know. But I know that I felt that it was out of place. I felt that Mako should have been, because you knew that she was going to do something. And we know that Ryūko feels a lot better around Mako. Mako, quote unquote, stabilizes her. But the thing here is that I felt that it was so out of place, because I'm like, the whole thing with the spotlight and then the hugging and then she wouldn't let go, and how she's doing this for her father. So like what she was saying was good, but the way she went about it, I felt was so out of place. Like she came in there and like there's some weird like stream of like energy that she's like swimming across to reach Ryūko, and the whole tanning thing. So I like it, but at the same time, I guess mainly because of the fact that I've seen it a lot now. You know, we've seen this constantly with Mako. The spotlight and the interference and then the speeches. And at first, it's really funny. At first, it's really cool. And I've enjoyed it. But for some reason, this episode particularly, it didn't really catch me. And that's what I personally feel. I'll be very honest about that. So Mako's position in the actual episode is very important, obviously, but whether or not I actually like it is on the fence. I mean, of course, you can like it. I mean, again, like if you like it, then or so be it. I'm not gonna take away from the episode rating because I don't like it, but I'm on the fence with it. I really am, and I just want to throw it out there. I want to like let you guys know that even though it is funny, even though it is important what she does, Mako. The whole spotlight thing and the whole interference in the speeches, for me personally, is starting to, you know, seem a little bit stale. And we're only like halfway in. Episode 12. We have like, what, 13 more episodes to go. And at the end of the episode, after the credits, this was all the plan, or this was an opportunity for Satsuki to study, to harness the power, the full power of the Goku uniforms. Erie's on some whole-ass mode right now. And apparently they're going to go on this try something campaign where they're going to take out the Western high schools that go against them. So apparently there are other high schools, and I've said it before, and I called it, I fucking called it. There are other high schools that go against Honnyoji Academy. And the Goku uniforms were just a stepping stone outside of the academy. Now they're going to be utilized to fight against these other high schools to dominate them. Because now the Goku uniforms, they're going to be tweaked so the Banshee isn't like removed that easily. And they're going to get power-ups and so on and so forth. So there are other high schools that are actually like very, very, very powerful, and they have not submitted to Honyoji Academy. But now the Goku uniforms of both probably the 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star are going to be upgraded because of the events of the selection process that they went through. And because of the whole Banshee being exposed, that's going to be definitely tweaked, and there's going to be a lot more countermeasures against that. So that is something cool too. And Satsuki isn't going to fight Ryūko. Yeah, because Ryūko, she ain't ready. She ain't ready. So that was good. So the ending is good. And Kirin Satsuki is good. Very good. Fantastic, in fact. Awesome. Tsumugu on the fence with. Mako on the fence with. And Nui Harime, not much, not really, but kind of, but it's still good. So, for a rating overall, the pacing overall, of course, as usual, super fast-paced. Snap 2, snap 2, snap 2. When it came to the overall story progression, it's huge, because the selection process is over. And now we're moving on outside of the academy, I believe so, to other parts of Japan. And we now know that the Western schools are against them. Western schools in Japan are actually against them, which is, big. And I guess the rating I can give it is like a good plus to a great, but I want to peg it down to a good or an okay plus, but no, I'm going to give it a rating of good plus. I'll leave it at that. So, and plus maybe I had really high expectations for this because at the end of last week's episode, Ryūko came off with a lot of passion. So I thought that, things were going to like explode. Like I said that in last week's episode of Kill la Kill, I thought that this week was going to be on the same level as episode 3. And it wasn't. So, that's my take. So, I'll see you guys later. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And I'll do a small little, topic video about the whole nudity. I need to find this link. Because some guy sent it to me. I didn't save it. I should have saved it. Because it was very intriguing, but I'm going to find it. I'm going to go back in all my PMs. In my 2,000, 3,000 plus PMs. I'm going to find this damn PM. Fuck. And we're going to do a topic on that. So I'll see you guys later. The rating once again is good plus. Be sure, of course, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day. By the way, there was way too much blood. It made no sense whatsoever. It made no over the top to the max. As Goku Dare would say, from Him Reborn to the extreme.